Hello and welcome back to another super exciting episode of What the Buddy and Kreese.
Oh, we so missed that.
That's right. I'm glad to be back, baby. So we're your hosts. I'm Buddy.
And I am Kreese.
That's right. So how you doing, Kreese?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you back here.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
I was about to take a cardboard cutout of you and put it there and talk to the chair when you were gone.
But go the NBA way and put my picture up on the computer screen or something, and have a little yay.
Exactly. And then I thought I'd rotate out Bigfoot, alien, Yeti.
And all the different alien possibilities there are out there.
Exactly. Okay, everybody wants to know.
What's that? What happened?
Where did you go on vacation since you lied about not being there?
Right. Well, I was down in Louisiana wearing a fur coat, stinking.
Right?
No, I was just felt under the weather. It wasn't the coronavirus, so we don't have to worry about that. But I just had some temperature issues and things like that.
Did you catch something from an alien?
Yeah, it's possible. Who knows? You could be visited. If they've got a neuralizer like the ghosts do, you never know.
There you go. You're right.
That's right. So, So I'm back now for good, and we'll keep going.
Yeah. So all of our listeners told me, they sent me all kinds of emails stating that it was an interesting show without you. I'm just kidding.
Right. It was
nobody,
better.
Nobody
it was
contacted
better.
me. Yeah. So.
Right. Nobody ever contacts us. Hint. Anyways, if I may, I have a little experience that happened. If unless you got something you want to rock and roll with.
I warned everybody. Who knows what would happen while you're being sick. And your energy was all funky out of whack, and your sensors were all screwed up.
Yeah.
Who knows what type of paranormal activity you would have had, or adventure, or an experience. So I warned everybody. So
here we go.
Let's see if this is any good, people.
All right. Well, this didn't actually happen while I was down. This happened.
Okay, and that's the end of the show. No, I was just kidding.
Remember, this is a Loyal Family Productions and Entertainment joint. No, but so my first day back to work was what's today? Sunday, Saturday, Friday night. So I went back in Friday night to work, and just a brief background. I don't know if we've ever covered this before. I don't think we have. But so I'm a tow truck driver here in the valley with a well-known company. You guys can figure it out. It's reoccurring letters. Anyways, so I got a call. I was up in the call was up on the Beeline Highway. Anybody who's from around here knows exactly what I'm talking about. By the Beeline Highway. So I was roughly 2 miles north of the Chevron, I believe it is, at McDowell and Beeline. Is that a Chevron or a Shell? It might be a Shell. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We're not plugging either one because nobody's going to pay us. So I was up there, and so the area I was in, so you got the Beeline kind of runs right through the middle of, not the middle of, but the reservation. So you have a reservation on both sides. So I was right near, I don't know if it's still in operation, but the sand and gravel pit that was on
it's still in operation.
Kind of southeast side with the flame. So I could see the flame.
Yeah, where they're burning the excess gases off.
Yeah, the excess gases, right. So, I was probably like smack dab between McDowell and Gilbert on Beeline Highway and on the northbound side. It was a little, what kind of car was it? Kia something or other.
So a little bubble car?
Yeah, a little car. Little, cookie cutter, Korean-made car.
But was it really a car? Or was it a UFO?
Right. The only thing I can tell you that I know for sure is that the car might have been the only thing that was real that evening.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Now to clarify, the way you say that, the only thing that may have been real that evening. Well, let's verify. You weren't having any adult beverages.
No, I'm on duty.
You weren't smoking any wacky tobacco or anything.
Devil's lettuce. No,
none of that. Okay, just checking.
Completely lucid. No fever.
Just letting you were still healthy at that point.
Yeah, I was back to healthy. I wasn't 100%, but I was definitely able to perform my job for my 10-hour shift.
Okay. Just letting everybody know we're checking,
Yep.
Because I got my eyes on you.
Yeah, we're good.
Because I still say you went on vacation. I'm just saying.
Right.
And
Well, you didn't see any pictures on social media, so.
Well, because you're not a dummy.
That's right. That's
you
true.
know.
I am not a dummy. Yep. So, anyways, so I was up there, so the procedure is, we pull up in front of the car, put on our flashy lights. We got a light bar up on top of the truck, and my truck's the tallest one of the tallest in the fleet, so mine sticks up a little bit further than everybody else's. So I have my flashing lights on, and I grab my little tablet and I head out to speak with the customer/member. And find out what's going on, and this individual, I had a little rough time communicating with this individual over the telephone. Might have been a bad signal, might have been a little bit of a language barrier, but anyways, we finally ascertained exactly what was going on with the car.
Okay.
It's kaput. His wife was driving it, overheated. She stopped there. I don't know where the wife ended up. I guess she probably went on home with the kids or whatever. He stayed behind.
Yeah,
he stayed behind to make sure the car was taken care of. So
probably because he's the one who wanted to buy the car and she hated it. I'm just kidding.
Probably a little guilt trip or something like that. Yeah, little wife and husband spat or something, but who knows? So I take care of all of that, and then basically you get to a certain point where my procedure, the steps that I take, gets me to a point where I'm ready to start working, and so the member has already taken care of everything they need to take care of, and they've headed
like getting their stuff out of the car,
right? Getting all personal effects.
You're getting ready to
even
load
though I'm
it.
taking it right to their house. Some people want to empty the thing out, and that's fine. Whatever, it's your deal. So, at this point now, the member and his, I believe, brother, it seemed like, had left. They had turned around and headed south on the Beeline Highway, and this is it's dark. I would say probably 8:15. I think it was my first call of the evening.
Yeah, because around here we've hit fall now, so it is starting to get darker earlier over here.
Yep.
I mean, before when sun wouldn't go down until after 9 around here.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's definitely getting darker.
It's pitch black, and there was I'm not sure. I'm not a moonologist, if that's even a thing, but
No, but it was sounded pretty cool for making.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm a moonologist, but so the moon was like half, so it was not really producing much light.
Yeah, you didn't have
ambient light.
You were under a full moonlight. Yeah.
Sure. I got enough lights on my truck to light up the entire probably Beeline Highway for a large section, but so I just basically had the lights on my truck, the flashing lights, and then I have some deck lights, some work lights on the deck. So the member's gone now. It's me and the car and my tow truck. So I have procedure. I've conditioned myself through doing this for over a year and a half now, that I have certain steps I do. I make sure the car is secured, and it's not going to roll away. Because sometimes people like to go ahead and put it in neutral for me and not let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then here I go chasing the car down the
They just want you to have fun and have an adventure.
Want to challenge me, I guess,
Exactly.
maybe. Yeah. So I make sure the car is good to go. I go ahead and drop the bed down because I'm driving a flatbed tow truck. And I get ready to chain to hook my chains to be able to winch the car up onto the bed. So you have to get down on the ground. Okay, I'm up and down and all around every time I tow a car.
Yes, gotcha.
10, 15 times a night. So,
lots of exercise.
Yeah, so in this particular instance, I had already hooked the driver's side because I do that first. That's the side that's closest to the traffic. And I had moved around the rear of the vehicle and came back up the passenger side to go ahead and hook the passenger side. Hook underneath the car.
I'm picturing it.
Yeah, there's little holes underneath it. If anybody's ever looked under their own car, they'd see them. Those holes are there for a reason. It isn't that they got lazy and forgot to put something in it.
Oh, I thought the manufacturers just did that. They just want to see if you'd crawl under a car.
Right, Swiss cheese, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
It might save them 25 cents. But anyways, so I'm hooking the passenger side. And I'm trying to keep aware of my surroundings at all time because I'm on the side of the Beeline Highway. The speed limit's 65, I think. If anybody does under 80, I would be surprised. maybe like a winter visitor.
Yeah, but
not that time of night.
I think legally it's 65.
Yeah, it's 65.
Yeah.
So I happen to look to the rear of the vehicle, so like away from my tow truck and to the rear of the vehicle, and it catches my eye that there is somebody driving on the shoulder. Now they're not going fast. They're not going 65.
Yeah.
They're like slow rolling. And I know it's not the member because the passenger side headlight on this vehicle is out.
Okay.
And the both of the headlights worked on the vehicle that the member was in when they left. So it isn't like they forgot something and came back.
And it's not like it's a highway patrolman stop.
Right. It's not a cop. If it is a cop, I'm going to bust them for not having a busted headlight.
Yeah. Well, but they're not allowed to operate unless your equipment's working anyway.
Right.
So that's not going to.
It appeared to me to be probably like a 60s, 70s LTD. With maybe not an LTD, the square, the rectangular, mounted on end headlights.
Yeah.
The one that was actually working.
Yeah, in the 80s, 80s style.
So I didn't think anything of it. We get people that come up to us all the time and ask questions like, "How do I become a member?"
Yeah, sure.
Or how do I get a job? Because especially in today's climate, people are looking for jobs. Well, we got a little sticker on the back window that gives you the website that you can go to if you want to be a tow truck driver too. So I didn't really think too much of it. I looked away, back up towards my truck, and I looked back, and that vehicle was gone.
Okay.
That vehicle was not there anymore.
Okay.
And they were probably, when I saw them and took note, they were probably within 20 to 30 feet of the vehicle that I'm trying to get rigged up to tow.
Okay.
So they were close.
Sure.
And so in that particular area, you've got reservation residents on the west side of the road, and then you've got the quarry and the riverbed on the other side of the road. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So it kind of bothered me a little bit. It just kind of like back of the mind, where did that car go? Because I didn't see it. Like, okay, so in order for that car that's on the right shoulder, because I'm on the right shoulder.
Yeah. Are you northbound or southbound side?
I'm northbound.
Northbound side.
On the right shoulder.
So northbound on the right shoulder, to give everybody kind of a geographical location. You have the sand and gravel pit to the right of you.
Correct.
And then also on the right side, which would be behind you a little ways, is the service station.
Yeah.
The gas station.
It was about a couple miles back.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's all right there.
Definitely, yep.
Yeah, and then you also have on the west side of that road
houses.
You have houses, and then you also have that little, I call it a little warehouse, but it's more of like a little storage facility.
I think I was actually past the warehouse.
Yeah,
so we were like,
I
was up into the houses.
On that side.
Right, you're right. Yeah. It's on that side.
Okay.
Exactly. So I look, I kind of, at this point I've already got the car hooked. Yeah. So I'm ready to like stand up and start moving on to the next phase of towing this car. Sure. And I look down the road. Okay. That's right there.
Because there's after you've gotten back up and the car's gone.
I'm back up and I'm not dizzy, thankfully. And I look over and down that little road, and you can see it pretty well. There's not a car.
Yeah.
There's not tail lights. There's nothing.
Now, did you see any lights, possibly headlights or tail lights towards those residences? Because there are, I know the area quite well, and there are some actual little inlets into side roads just in that general area where you're at on the southbound side.
Yeah, I saw no cars. I mean, it was kind of weird too, because there was a pretty, as I was doing my, the things that I have to do for the members and all that, there was a lot of cars, like a lot of traffic on the northbound side for some reason. I don't know. And it seemed like that had kind of subsided. Maybe it was just a pocket of travelers or whatever. And then this car rolls up. Well, yeah, you're right. I didn't see any cars anywhere over there. I mean, and like I said, it's for all intents and purposes, it's pitch black. If there was a car tail light, you would probably see a brake light. Sure. Or the red of the tail light. Sure. I mean, I never heard.
But remember, though, I'm going to throw this out.
Go ahead.
Of course, I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Right. Gotcha.
Did you like how I said that, devil's advocate? The older model cars, they're not all LED lights. They're the old incandescent.
They're the old incandescent.
And unless you're right on top of them, they are definitely hard to see, even lit up at night.
Right.
So if they did turn off and they're down the road a little bit, it could be.
Yeah.
Now, again, I wasn't there.
Sure.
I'm not saying that it was.
In the amount of time, they would have been close enough for me to even be able to see. I felt like close enough for me to even have been able to see incandescent taillights.
Gotcha.
You know,
I see what
so
you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
so
Okay.
I mean, is it paranormal? I don't have any idea. I realize, basically this experience is a matter of timing. The time that I saw this vehicle slow rolling, and I never heard, how you can hear like an old school car, and especially on the pebbly shoulder, you can hear that crunchy, much
more distinct with an
Right.
old school car driving down we'll call it a dirt road,
right,
than a new car.
Than a newer car.
Everybody's
right.
like, well, it's the tires all wrong.
Yeah.
No, there's
sheer weight, if anything else,
correct.
is gonna give you a different, sound.
Oh yeah.
So I never heard the car turn.
Okay.
I never saw the car after that.
Okay.
So I'm kind of looking around. I'm standing up. I got to walk back over to the driver's side and the driver's side of my truck and lock in the winch so I can proceed to winch the car. And then I get in. Then I get into the car and I put it in neutral. Now that I have the vehicle, and I know it's not going to roll
Now,
away.
you've had nobody else drive by you this whole time out there?
No.
Okay.
There's like a humongous pocket of nothing.
So about what time was this?
It's about 8:15.
8:15. Okay, so it's still fairly early.
It's still pretty early, even though it's dark.
Yeah.
And we're out there. But I mean, like I said, prior to that car slow rolling up on me, it was like the freeway at just after rush hour. Car after car after car.
Well, you and I have driven that highway enough personally, not when we're working, but personally,
Right.
we know it like the back of our hands.
Yeah, exactly. So the car's gone. Whatever was going on with this car, they've, I don't know, vacated the planet, vacated the atmosphere. I don't know what happened. Maybe they went into another dimension.
Yeah.
Who knows? So the car's gone. So, okay, that's weird. I get the car. So now I'm ready to winch the disabled car up onto the bed of the truck. So I get the car about halfway up, and as a routine, I go back behind the vehicle, off to the side, but to the rear of the vehicle, and I look up and make sure everything's tracking right.
Yeah,
I don't want to run over my straps. I don't want to cause any damage to rims or anything like that. So that's just part of a thing I do. Well, as I get to the rear of this vehicle, I hear off to the right side of the road. I'm facing north on the beeline. I hear off to the right. It sounds like somebody's walking off in the dark.
By the sand and gravel side?
On the sand and gravel side.
Okay.
So like between their fence and the highway.
Sure.
I hear what sounds like somebody walking. So of course I got a flashlight. I pop it and I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I don't see anything. There's nothing out there. No footprints. It's because it was kind of a
so my stealth was very good then.
Yeah, your stealth was on point, but yeah. So,
Gotcha.
So I look and there's no footprints, and it's not. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, so if you take sand and you get it wet, it gets that crust on top. Yeah. That's what's over there. So it's like you can distinctly see.
Well, it's a drainage ditch
pebbles.
area.
It's a drainage area.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's just off the river.
Yeah.
Just between the river and Beeline.
Yep.
So there's no, and that leaves footprints like crazy. We used to run through it when we were kids and make our footprints and get all giddy and whatever. Yeah. So there's no footprints. As I'm shining my flashlight just outside of the view of my flashlight, I can hear more pebbles. Sounded like pebbles are falling. Something akin to what you might have heard in the encounter you had in your first contact encounter. You hear some it sounds like little that kind of thing. Yeah. So I keep hearing that, and I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Maybe somebody's walking over there. It's probably not unheard of for that time of night for somebody to be out strolling, although you would think maybe because I was on the shoulder, maybe they decided to walk a little further out, but I didn't see any flashlight. So if they're walking out there, they've got like night vision.
Yeah, but you got to remember too, though, you did have residents in the area.
There's a residence on the other side,
and that is still part of the reservation. Correct. And there actually is a path in that general area, not that close, not close where you were saying it was.
Right.
And it could be somebody also that came out of the residence and was far enough that crossed the highway and over that side, because what's behind you? The service center.
Yeah.
The gas station.
Miles back.
The little market down there. Yeah. So technically there could be somebody in the area.
Could have been.
And they could have been far enough just outside of where you were looking.
Right.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. Possibility.
I get you.
We talked about that on the show, that we're going to debunk and look at possibilities and
look at
and
other,
include that and not just automatically assume.
Right.
But also,
yeah,
we are rich with history in this state.
Sure.
And then especially with the Native American culture and the communities that we work with and live with, and our friends and family, especially me, you, friends and family that we have that are Native Americans. There's a lot of history and cultures and things. So definitely something possibly walking out there, but not necessarily there.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely just what you're describing too.
Exactly.
So we have several different scenarios. That very well
potential of a couple of different things,
Correct.
And all that. So I had to dismiss that because I can't spend a lot of time sitting on the side of the freeway, investigating paranormal activity. I wish I could have.
And then the cops are going to come up and go, "What are you doing out here?" Okay, field sobriety test. Are you sober? Come on. Yeah, of course. Exactly. No, it makes sense.
Yeah. So I go ahead and winch the car up, and I strap the wheels down, and I get the bed leveled back out. And I'm pretty much ready to go. I've walked back around the vehicle, my tow truck, and made sure everything looks good. Secured. Anything that I might have used, I put away.
You bet.
And so I hop in the driver's seat of the truck, and there's a bunch of switches I have to hit and to get ready to be able to travel.
Of course.
So I get everything ready, but I leave my flashing lights on. And then I have to do some stuff on the tablet to let them know that I'm done and I'm moving on to the next phase of this particular rescue. Gotcha. And so I've got everything done, and I'm sitting there for a second, and I just look around, because my senses are heightened a little bit. I'm kind of intrigued by what happened, and kind of a little excited, that there might have been something, because I don't know where that car went. Oh, yeah. I still never saw that car again. Yeah. And I'm not sure who.
And who's to say it was actually a car, since you only saw one light? What if somebody with a flashlight?
That's true.
Something else.
That's true. That'd be a very large flashlight, but yeah, you're right. It could have been.
Have you seen the flashlight my family has?
Really, you guys got a big flashlight.
It is literally, like when they say have you seen? I caught a fish this big.
Right.
One of the flashlights is got that big.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it was your dad up there messing. Maybe that's how he tore his meniscus.
Yeah, it could be. Who knows?
Anyways, so I'm kind of looking around, and then so I decide, all right, I gotta go. So I put the vehicle I put my tow truck in drive, and I release the brake. And as I do that, I take one last look out the passenger side of the vehicle.
Okay.
And I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it. But there's a damn...
He's not getting chills because he's sick. He's
I feel
no longer sick.
I feel good. There's a face in my passenger window.
Nice.
Yeah, just a bit of scale. When I stand, I'm 6'1". When I stand next to the truck, I cannot see in the window.
Yes.
So therefore, if I'm sitting in the truck, I couldn't see anybody my height, their face right in the middle. Of the the viewing part.
Yeah, like somebody walked up on you. Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then just another little piece of scale. I've had members and customers. While I'm trying to find them in a parking lot, have jumped on the running boards of the truck, and you can feel a definite whoosh, kind of like a dip on that side. Yep. So whatever it was not of my height or and was not was lighter than the lightest member I've ever carried.
Sure.
To not make me feel anything, but just to see it.
Yeah.
So, just kind of a recap. All of those things separate probably unremarkable, you know, the slow rolling car.
Oh yeah,
And
sure.
the sounds of walking in the ditch next to the highway.
Exactly.
You know, it could be explained away, but I think as a total package, it was definitely an unexplainable. You know, I still don't know where the car went. You know, which dimension the car got sucked into, because it was gone. Just
true.
Disappeared.
Hey,
Gone.
you never know. Might be Bigfoot driving that car.
That could have been Bigfoot.
Went to a different
And he
dimension
just headed on back to his home dimension, and you know, and took his LTD with him or whatever. So, anyways, you know.
Well, but did the face you see? Did it smile at you? Did it wink at you?
No, it was
did it
just
blow kisses at you?
No, just basically like what I would call a relaxed face. You know, it wasn't distressed, but it wasn't smiling. It wasn't trying
really
to
showing emotion.
portray any kind of emotion in particular, just a face. And then, like I said, you know, as I saw the face, I think I said that, you know, I saw the face, and then, you know, I looked away to see if there was a face on the other side.
Yeah.
You know, and then by the time I looked back, the face was gone.
Yeah.
You know, so... you know, I don't know what it was. It was
Well, I hope you took off and got out of there real quick at that point.
Right, yeah, I floored it as quick as a little Freightliner can go.
Went home, changed your shorts because you're scared.
Yeah.
Took off that furry coat and got out of Louisiana.
Took off my fur coat and, you know, got the stink out.
There you
but
go.
Anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, it was kind of an odd little turn of events, and
definitely.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, who knows if there was a traffic collision the before, or somebody got hit by a vehicle there.
Right.
And you have a whole bunch of residual energy, or you know, or actual apparitions.
And just the fact that it's on the reservation too. There's, you know, a lot of you know, in the reservation area. You know, I realize that the highway is kind of like a neutral zone kind of thing, but it goes right up the middle. Yeah, it shoots right up the middle.
And it very well could be. I mean, there's been lots of stories where paramedics see people and waving them to an accident scene, and then when they turn around, those people are gone.
Yeah. Back to the car.
Yeah. So I mean, there could be a whole bunch of different reasons.
Now that you mention it, what my thought process and why I didn't really investigate the car more was I kept waiting for somebody to get out of the car, seeing that I was a tow truck operator and wanting to borrow a tool, or you know, hey, can you help me out with this? Because I've had people walk up to me across the parking lot and say, hey, can you give me a jump? You know? And I'm like, if I'm not busy, I'll help them out. You know, so I kept waiting for, you know, somebody to yell from their car and go, hey, buddy, can you help me out? Or you know,
of course,
because it's common. You know,
yeah, definitely.
Buddy's a common, you know, platitude or whatever.
I know.
Yeah. So. But and then nothing ever happened. The car just disappeared, and then there was some sounds of
it disappeared off the bed of your truck. No, I'm just. I know what you mean.
Right. Yeah, the other car. So, anyways, that's the story, and you know, strange occurrence. I can't really call it paranormal because you know there's really no evidence of it either way.
Well, but you got to remember what we talked about.
It's an experience.
Yeah, it's an experience, but remember we talked about what paranormal, it has many different definitions.
Right. Anything you can't explain.
And you can't fully, you can tell the story.
Right.
You can't explain the reasoning behind it or evidence or anything of that nature to back it up. So, again, it does fall into the realm of paranormal.
Right.
Definitely an unexplained experience.
For sure. Yeah, I have no explanation for all of it. I mean, I can explain away the first couple of things, but the face, you know, I'd have to been a tall dude, you know, to be standing on the ground, and you know, it wasn't like there was a lot of shoulder either.
Sure.
So there was a pretty steep drop off, maybe 3 feet.
Yes.
From the side. So I mean, this buck had to have been a tall dude.
Oh yeah.
You know, to be able to reach, for me to be able to see his face clearly, centered in the side window and all that. So
definitely.
That's a crazy thing. So
definitely.
Yeah. So that's all I got.
Good times. It's a good story for your return to the show.
The show.
Because, you know, for a while there, it was What the Kreese?
Yeah, it was What the Kreese, which is not as, you know, I mean, you had some entertaining stuff, but the name isn't as entertaining without Buddy in it.
You're the one that they're here to listen to, not me. So.
Yeah, sure.
All right, why don't you tell everybody where they can get a hold of us at?
Yep, okay, so we've got the email address, wtbnk@gmail.com. Please send us something. Let us know you're listening. or just send us a hey at least. You know, if you got a story to share with us, that'd be awesome too. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, he really wants to talk to some of you guys, even through email or hear your stories, because he gets tired of talking to me all the time. So.
Well, you know, we say the same things a lot. But anyways, yeah, so that, and then we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, @WTBNK. So you can follow us on there. And that's
remember, everybody, that it is fall. Energy levels are different right now.
Yes.
They're strong.
Yep.
There's a lot of things popping off around that are unexplained, from shadow people to last night, some interesting lights in the sky over during the secret bunker of the record. No, I'm just kidding. Over by where we record, there's some interesting lights in the sky that we can't 100% say for sure were aircraft. I think they were. I think they were, but I can't say 100%.
Right.
So there's just a lot of strange energy popping again, and it's because it's fall, and All's Hallows Eves is fastly.
Yeah, we're almost to October, a few days away.
Yes,
yeah,
and I've already have the decorations out in the front yard.
Yeah,
started, not completed.
Not
it
completed.
is started.
Yep.
Yes,
working on it.
So, all right, sir.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's all I got. You got anything this time?
Nope. Just remember, this is a Loyal Family Production and Entertainment joint. Catch you later.